What's up, guys? Studfit here. Another episode of Kart Talk, specifically episode 26. This is our very last episode of season one. Technically, there's 26 tours in a year, and we've gone one full year of Kart Talk. So, congratulations. Welcome, you guys. Appreciate it. We have some familiar faces. We have our super studs, FrenZgrind and Frenzy fans. Welcome.
Hey.
Hey.
Thank you for having me again. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And then we have two guests who you've seen before who earned the way on. That's right. We have member multiplayer Mondays. We have the contest every other month or so. So in June, we had Draco655 actually get first place with Hero and Zoom's runners up. And so I offered to let them come on. They showed up for every single Monday, and we only have it so you only have to show up for at least two. But these guys were consistent, love their passion, and happy to have them on. Welcome, guys.
Hey, thanks for having us. Season one finale. I'm hyped for it.
There will be a season 2, right?
We might have a little surprise for season 2. We'll see what happens. Might have some old friends come on. We'll see what happens there. Ooh. But then we also have a brand new face, first time to the Kart Life guest series. We have Tylerrr. How's it going, man? Welcome.
I'm good, man. Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
So do you prefer Tyler, or should we just like put an extra emphasis on the R?
Either way, it's okay with me. Either way.
Cool, man. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself, Tyler. How'd you get started in the game? Also tell us a little bit about that whale scale on a scale from 1 to 10. How much of a whale are you, and what you kind of enjoy out of the game? But start us back on their timeline. How'd you get started in the game?
I actually played the beta. Like, I got an email from Nintendo, and they asked me, like, sign up for it, and to, if I wanted to, and if I signed up, I would get a chance at it. And I signed up for it, and I actually got to do it. And it was pretty cool. The game is completely different now, obviously, but the beta was crazy. But that's how I got started. And then, they didn't have a release date yet for the game. So it was like a long, 9-month wait until the actual game came out. But I know they had stamina in the game, which was definitely something that's great. That was removed. That was crazy.
Thank goodness.
But
stamina?
Yeah, I got started in the beta, and the game has definitely evolved a lot. You could race only 5 times, and if you couldn't restart a race. You play the race and you have to wait 30 minutes for a heart to refill. You couldn't grind ranked. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. But yeah, that's how I got started, and I've just been playing ever since. And I'm probably gold pass plus. I buy a couple packs every so often, but I'm mostly just gold pass. And premium challenges, usually I buy those every tour. But yeah.
All right, and where are you calling from? I forgot to ask that.
Virginia, USA, Virginia. I think we talked about it before. I think you said you knew some places where I talked about it. Yeah.
Very cool, man. Two up, two down. That's what we 2 up, 2 down. Virginia. All right, cool, man. So the icebreaker for tonight. What are your top 5 favorite city tracks in Mario Kart Tour? What's the order? Tyler, you want to kick us off?
Sure. Probably Vancouver would be first, and then Singapore, LA, Berlin, and Sydney. Those are probably my top 5.
I like it. Zooms, you want to kick us off number 2? What are your top 5 favorite city tracks?
Well, it's tough to say in the exact order, but for the top 3, and I don't know what in order, but it'd be Bangkok, Vancouver, and Berlin. Berlin's music is so fantastic, and the next 2, I don't really know what the other 2. Those 3 are on the our level, so maybe Singapore would be another one, and London, even though because I just really like
London. Okay.
But not unpopular, but more because of the music, which I really like than anything. It's too dull mostly. But Sydney is. I think New York Minute would actually be 5th. I like that somewhat.
Good answer, man. Hero, what about you, man? Top 5 favorite city tracks in Mario Kart Tour?
Well, I'm gonna be a little bit biased here because since I was born in LA for 26 years, I have to put LA as number 1.
Oh, slowest driver.
Yeah. LA, definitely number one. Two, I would say Bangkok. Then the third one is Vancouver. Fourth, Berlin. And the number five would be Sydney for me.
Okay. All right. Good answer. Good answer.
Rankings.
Z, you wanna give us your top five? I'm curious. Is New York at number one?
Yeah, New York's number one.
Is it?
LA Laps is my favorite just because I love the music and the tracks, but I got to go New York one because I'm from New York, so I couldn't go any other way. So New York is one for me. Vancouver's got to be number two. The track is ridiculously so nice. LA Laps will be three for me. Bangkok four, just because the new items are so good, so new, so nice, and the tracks are really good. And I'm going Sydney five.
I like it. I like it. Frenzy fans, guy and gal, I assume you probably have different favorites. What are your top five?
So I may go a little bit rogue on this. We have it pulled up online, all the different cities, and it actually includes Ninja Hideaway and Merry Mountain.
Oh, if that's
So we're gonna call those ones cities. So I'm gonna go with Ninja Hideaway first, Merry Mountain second, and then all the rest of them are like tied.
Oh, then I got to do it over then.
Me three.
Yeah.
Those are definitely top five.
I like what you did there. But let's say in a question where it was just tracks that were located across the world in just very unique, very specific areas.
Merry Mountain. You ever been to Switzerland? Merry Mountain is like Zermatt, Switzerland, to the T.
All right. Frenzy fans, gal, what would you say for your top? Are you gonna stick with the very out of the box thought process, or are you gonna?
No, I'll respect the host and answer his question appropriately. I'll go with, let's see here. Probably, I'm going to go just off of looks. I love Vancouver, number one, Singapore, Sydney, then LA, and then New York.
Good
So
answers.
Oh, wait, no, Bangkok's in there too.
Cool.
Bangkok's pretty neat. Where would you put
Let's
Bangkok?
go city, Bangkok,
Wait, which one? Sydney? Wait,
Sydney.
okay.
Wait, no, Vancouver. Guys, I'm all over the place.
Vancouver?
I'm sleep
Do
deprived.
you have a
Bangkok.
top seven?
I love everything in this world. Just kidding. Okay, we're gonna go Vancouver, Bangkok, Sydney, then LA, Singapore, and then LA. Guys, I'm really good at my job.
I mean, hopefully your job isn't counting cities, because that's may not be as
Thank
good.
goodness it's not.
I gotta adjust my lighting. I apologize. I don't know why that lighting is acting up there. Yeah, for me, I think I have to put LA at number one. For me, I'm putting Bangkok at two, Singapore at three, Sydney at four, and then Vancouver at five. I got really burnt out on Vancouver when it was in December. But I mean, it's aesthetic. I missed that the first time around, so I didn't have that nostalgia tied to it. But I get it. It's a beautiful track. It's very dynamic. I love long tracks too. So very cool. As we mentioned with the Bangkok tour. We obviously are in that tour right now. Some of our Kart Talk conversations are, really tied into the tour we're in right now. But a lot of the conversations pivot from there and talk about what's going on in the game right now. I want to kind of talk about ThaiDai, as I've been calling her, Thai Daisy. It looks better than it sounds. But how has the introduction of another Coinbox driver impacted the meta? This is really the only Coinbox heavy tied into a city since Mario Hakama and maybe Peach Vacation, if you consider her. Obviously, one, notoriously bad value in Hakama. But then you had Peach Vacation that ended up being able to get out of that Paris tie-in. Will ThaiDai be cursed like Hakama or be the new city queen in town?
I mean, I get value out of both of those drivers, Hakama and Peach, especially Peach Vacation. I know she's been strictly, for the most part, a city driver, but I get plenty of use out of them both, even Hakama. So she's a Coinbox driver. You got to level her up. I mean, she's going to be leveled up eventually, whether it's this tour or future tours, because she's a Coinbox driver. So for me, I went all in because I don't have, like we were talking about earlier, I don't have the Gold Mii Suit leveled up. So if I don't have the Gold Mii Suit leveled up, I got to go with ThaiDai Daisy this tour. So I'm more of a driver guy than I'm a Mii guy. So does it set me back in the game? Maybe, but I try to work around that. But I think she's gonna have her tracks, so I wouldn't worry. I went all in, so I don't think anybody else should worry either. She's gonna have her tracks.
I like it. Zooms, were you gonna say something, man?
Well, I just kind of hope she isn't going to be that good, honestly, because had very few rubies and passed on her.
Okay. All right. So you're putting you putting any type of bets on a different driver instead? Gold Yoshi or maybe the Coinbox Blockhead, or I guess who you gonna ride out on some of these Coinbox tracks?
Well, I've double uncapped Meowser and Gold Yoshi and PGP. I'm trying to really invest in all the Coinbox drivers, at least a good amount.
I like it. Okay, so you're hoping that she doesn't and again, my definition for I'm mentioning Hakama is, for a long time he did not have as great value. I think even Party Time Pauline, I guess you could throw in there too. She had really, really bad value. Maybe that's the notorious one that we should hope that she doesn't get that type of treatment. But either way, you get the point. It's she could go one of two ways. She's either got to kind of dig her way out of the city. And we've seen other drivers of not top skills, like say Volendam, do it really, really well. Yoshi Kangaroo, he's done it really well. But this is again a Coinboxer. It's been a long time since we've seen that. So, curious, what do you guys think? Do you think she'll be good, or do you think her cities will just be too much to bear?
It'll be really good. I think we're to a point in the game, and I could be totally wrong, by the way. Disclaimer, I don't know anything. But I think we're to a point in the game where we're out of the COVID season. And so everything that's being released eventually gets great buffs. I feel like when we were seeing Party Time Pauline and Hakama, it was back in a stage where there weren't as many courses being released. But I think as long as Mario keeps releasing as many courses they are, we'll see those buffs in ranked.
It is interesting that she's the only character that's been a quintuplet feature, 5 out of the 6 tracks in ranked. It's either she's going to be super valuable this very first tour and then just kind of peter out, or she's just going to be off the charts, start out strong and then just 3 times every single ranked for the next 4 or 5 months, which I don't know. We'll have to see.
I'm also curious if Nintendo's going to start releasing characters that are better for beginners in the game so they can play catch up a little bit. And so if you're new to the game and you don't have any Coinbox, it's 100% a great thing to invest in. And it just depends where that overlap is. I'm not sure how bad they're going to overlap it with other Coinboxers. So
yeah, I mean, again, if you're somebody like me who didn't go in on the Gold Mii Suit, especially for this tour, you really had to go in on her. Otherwise, you really have no chance, especially in ranked. In ACR, really, also.
Yeah, Tyler here. What do you guys think?
I haven't invested into her yet, but I expect she will get some buffs because, like Frenzy Fangirl said, there's so many retros coming out. They're not. She's gonna get tracks. They're not gonna not give her tracks. So even if she starts with 4 cities, she's gonna constantly get new retros and get paywall buffs. So she's gonna get her time sooner or later.
Yeah, we see already next tour, it looks like we'll have some interesting tracks, say like Sky Garden, that doesn't have a lot of Coinboxers on it, but could be a good Coinbox track. It could maybe she gets buffed on there and she gets some very unique coverage. It's interesting to see how they kind of bring back certain tracks and kind of give someone a nice little boost here, but all by itself. It looks exclusive, and then 2 tours later, just throw a bunch of new drivers on it. But yeah, we'll see how it turns out. How about you, Hero? Your thoughts?
I think with regards to Thai Daisy, it just really depends on your account. Like what Frenzy Fangirl said, if you just started playing the game like a month ago, then she is a really, really good Coinboxer. But if you're like us, where we played the game for like almost 3 years, she only gives one unique track, which is just Coconut Mall. And like I said, if you invested in that Gold Mii Suit, you know, some of those tracks are already been taken out. So I would say she will get some tracks. I don't know if she will be like the best, but you know, with so many coin boxers we have, like who
don't forget about Cheep Cheep Island T, depending on whether you prefer to use
Yeah.
level or not. But I'm using her on Cheep Cheep Island T, so
yeah, and I'm using the Gold Mii on Cheap Island
there
T.
you
So
go.
so yeah, it just really depends at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I mean, she gets some cup boost too. So she's on like the Coconut Mall R, I believe it is, where Shy Guy Ninja is, and you know she's got some. She's you know we got plenty of Bangkok tracks using multiple times. So for all cup ranking, I don't know, I'm using her like 7 or 8 times. And of course, the Gold Mii Suits, I'm using that over it, just because that one's maxed out. But yeah, I really like her. I'm a little bit more bullish. We'll see what happens. I think we had kind of this rotation of Coinbox drivers every X amount of months, and then all that whole like timeline was just kind of on repeat. And then on top of that, we were slam dunked all these Miis. And so, you know, it took like 21 tickets or whatever, 22 tickets to put the Gold Mii Suit to get him to 8. And here I am, like I've been having to save up. Meanwhile, my Coinbox, my question block head is sitting out there, and my Gold Yoshi was sitting out there, and like all these Coinboxers, all these top drivers just sitting out there at low levels. And so I had to kind of pick one. And for me, I'm actually going to, you know, I'm invested in Daisy, just took her to level 7, but triple and capture, but mainly just to hold me over. I think I was really intrigued with some of these drivers, but I just have to play catch up, man. Gold Yoshi's still sitting there at level 2, and man, I just need to get through the summer before I can have tickets to put it on the question mark block, or who knows, maybe we'll get a Kamek Mii Suit down the line, and I'm sure that'll be a nice little wrench to the thrown into things. But curious for the Bangkok tour, what's your favorite item coming out of this tour? I think you might know mine.
Oh, it's easy. It's the Trop Truck.
Tropical truck, man.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Who pulled for it? Who has the tropical truck? Okay.
I want to, but I didn't. So I'm saving rubies, so I didn't pull for it.
So it was a fight internally, but you ultimately had to hold back just because you didn't have enough of rubies, or because you were hopefully maybe saving up for this upcoming tour, or what was your thought process?
Mm-hmm.
You had to save.
PD made me save. When you saw the Mii Suit, I just couldn't pull. Yeah.
Do you set any rules for pulling on week 2 pipes, because they're dangerous? Frenzy fans, I remember probably around this time last year going in for the Silver King twice, both 98, something like that.
That's pretty painful.
Welcome
That's
to
what
Mario
happens
Kart
on
Tour.
these week 2 pipes, man. It's tough. Other favorite items?
Definitely
I love the red and gold umbrella. I think hands down, like I just love the way it looks. So since we've been traveling, we just moved, right? So we've been like on the road. So we haven't even pulled yet. We've been like waiting. So we're gonna be pulling, and we're gonna be getting all the things that we want. But the red and gold is like, I feel like there's some pipes where as long as I get the driver first, I'm okay not getting the umbrella, like the glider or the cart. But I think in this pipe, even with it being 6% odds, like I have to get the red and gold umbrella. So it's a must for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks really cool. Actually, I really like just on her little thumbnail. It's like I think it's a different umbrella. It doesn't have like the little things hanging down, but she has her umbrella behind her. So like on her thumbnail, it looks different. She's got like, you know, this background that's a different color because of the umbrella. So yeah, absolutely love that. Good answer. You gonna say something, Tyler?
No, I was saying, yeah, I noticed that when I first saw the render, I thought it was kind of weird, but now I kind of like it because the whole entire red and orange, the background's orange, so it looks cool.
Yeah.
Other
Other favorite items, guys?
I like the tuk-tuk cart.
Did you put any tickets on it?
Well, I mean, I kept pulling it and I got it to 2, so that's something.
Okay. No, it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're like having to, you know, it's kind of like some of the Birdo carts or Turbo Birdos, or like it's just really narrow?
Yeah, it does feel a little bit narrowish, the cart, which is not surprising because it's not a big hitbox. So
yeah, I'm in that dilemma right now with Sunset Wilds, the one for ranked, the T version, and just because all the carts I have at a high level are really really teeny tiny. So I'm trying to get this Coinbox Daisy, and I'm missing coins left and right. So man, the hitbox is definitely when you have a small cart, it's really tough. And you know, again, I'm using a medium driver, so it's not really helping my case there. But there's my one concern about the tropical truck. I mean, it's an absolutely beautiful cart. Looks like aesthetically is probably my favorite cart in the whole entire game, even more than the hop rods, which I know Frenzy Fans Gal can probably agree with. But the one thing is, it's like a medium cart. It's kind of like similar to, I mean, I know it's compared to the Tanuki, but when you're driving it, to me, it's kind of like a Rose Queen or something like that, in that kind of vibe where it's just, you wish it was just a tiny bit bigger. But I absolutely love it, and I can't wait to continue to see its buffs. We'll see what happens coming out of it. All right, well, talking about coming out of something, Metrofest. We've now concluded, again, assuming we get through the next couple of days, a city fest had only cities, and then coming into a city tour, which I think when you're comparing cities, this is child's play compared to the last tour. But are you guys sick of cities?
I wish they were part of the regular rotation sometimes, but some of the cities, not all of them. But of course, it was all or nothing. So I really don't know how to feel. I just really wish Ninja Hideaway and Merry Mountain were more part of regular rotation.
Yeah.
Those are great courses.
Beautiful courses. I agree.
I'm not sick of cities. However, I'm sick of city bots because I find myself I find myself multiple times in badgeless runs in the first spot, and the race will start and I'll get crushed almost immediately. And I'm like, what is going on? And it's only on city tracks.
We'll call them the locals.
Yeah, they're crazy.
This tour, it's the last tour, and I'm just like, what is happening here? I'm like, I can't get anything less than no badges, so I don't know what else to do at this point. So for me, city badge bots are just torturous. But other than that, no, I'm not sick of them, but I feel like it's just a little hard to keep up. That's me personally. Maybe you guys have different takes on it, but
I mean, there's two complaints in the community that I hear every single tour. One is I wish they would fix ranked, and then two, I wish these bots would be less aggressive. And like we've been hearing that for 3 years. I don't know if they're more or less aggressive. I think it's a lot of the evidence is anecdotal to begin with. But I will say for ranked, the Sunset Wilds, those bots to me have just been absolutely relentless. Just
Sunset Wilds R has got the worst bots in the game by far.
Man, they're tough.
I was talking about this not even an hour ago about that track. It's absolutely horrendous.
For me, the bots have been fine, except for the one time where I somehow got stuck on a last ramp, lap 2, and it was a really weird glitch. I really decided to record it, and that ruined what would have been a PB.
Oh boy. Well, hopefully.
And so 160 something action count, last place.
You got Mario Karted, man. You got Mario Karted. Who else is sick of city tracks? Anyone else sick, or could you keep going? You want another city tour?
Keep going. Let's keep going, man.
Yeah.
Give us some New York, some Vancouver, maybe a Rome, maybe a Cairo, something special. You know what I mean? No more Paris, London. Come on, I'm done with that.
I don't like Amsterdam. Amsterdam 2 was awful for me. I did not like the track. Every other city track that's been in the Metropolitan Celebration has been Amsterdam 2 was just terrible for me. I didn't have bad loadouts or anything. Just the track was just the design. I did not like it at all. Just personally.
I agree.
New York Minute 1, please bring it back.
Yeah, give us one in New York Minute 1 and 2.
Yeah, I mean, you should.
I didn't even play those tracks, New York Minute 1 and 2. So it's like, give us back those. I want to test it out.
Yeah, Amsterdam 1 was pretty decent. I don't think anyone listed it in their top 5, but Amsterdam 2 was rough.
Yeah.
Man, it was rough. It was just because of the water. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I think they're going to keep giving us more water tracks, especially as we enter the summer. I don't know why. But I'm having a sneaky suspicion we're going to have a lot of summer tracks. I kind of put this, I think in our server, but we saw one of the things we pointed out in the rundown, also in the pipe poll, kind of discussed it a little bit too, is that we had a lot of buffs, mainly city buffs. But the one track that did not get very many buffs, I think there was 0 glider buffs on it, was Cheep Cheep Island. There were no glider buffs on it. So Ansel and I mentioned it, and I think one of my thought processes, and we'll have kind of a summer tour. But I think really what's, again, I know we'll have a summer celebration. That's not new. But what I think is, like, we're going to have a lot of cheap items coming out with this cheap mask. I guess not just cheap mask, but a cheap Mii Suit. I think we'll have a cheap tour. And I think with those items, we'll get a lot of cheap stuff. And that will be what actually gets these Cheep Island buffs, in addition to maybe Cheep Beach and a couple other cheap stuff. So I think we're going to have a cheap summer. We'll see what happens, but that's my prediction. Again, nothing super bold because we already know the Mii Suit's coming out. But I think that cheap Mii Suit is actually going to be the focal point, not necessarily the Dolphin. The Dolphin will be an ancillary addition. But yeah, that's my thought process on the Cheep Island, why we didn't get that many buffs. But we'll see what happens there as we go forward. But yeah, it's interesting. I think overall, like, Nintendo, when Level 8 came out, we said to ourselves, Nintendo, you really have to keep our attention, because we're struggling right now. If you remember, we were just getting upset about the daily selects, the fixed DS. And look at us now. They've actually come in pretty clutch. They've basically given us almost everything that we've asked for. I think, Nintendo, if you're listening, add cities in every tour. Just a little bit. Just a couple cities. Just whether it's New York Minute, give us some cities. That's what we'd really like. And really, I think that's really the only thing holding you back, in my opinion. We'll see what happens.
Ninja Hideaway too. They need to.
Yeah, I agree. Frenzy Fans guy. Yeah, well, we got you. Yeah. No, I mean, I think we love Ninja Hideaway. That's a great track. Now, Big Brolo asks, Mario Kart Tour has yet to visit South America and Africa, in addition to some other continents like Antarctica. Which continent will be visited first, and what city would you like to see them add from that continent? Zooms, you want to start us out, man?
Yeah, I think South America will be visited with Rio de Janeiro will be visited first, if I had to guess.
Love Rio. Yep.
The best thing I could think of was already just taken by Bangkok. Rio Rush would be better.
Love some Rio. Yeah, that'd be great. What's interesting, we had the Amsterdam little badge that we saw early on. Then we saw the Thailand, the tuk in some of the data mining. We don't have any data mining to expect a new city. We'll see what happens. So what do you guys think it'll be, since we don't really have any clues to look at?
Well, we do got a loading screen with a pyramid.
Gone.
So
Pyramid's gone on the loading screen.
I'm going to go, the old loading screen. I'm going to go Africa with Cairo, which I've mentioned three or four times now. Cairo, Egypt. I think is inevitable eventually.
Eventually. 2025, maybe? What do you think?
Well, you didn't give a time frame.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. So you're saying what's your best calendar prediction for Cairo?
I would say next year summer, maybe, because I think, I think we have July and August, and I'm sure those will be taken up by a lot of cheap tracks and stuff, given the Mii Suit, since we'll have cheap Cheep Mii Suit and the Dolphin Mii Suit. Maybe the following tour we could have Cheep Beach from Nintendo DS, and then maybe after that Dolphin Shoals, I think it was called, from the Wii U. So I think it will be next year summer for Cairo.
Oh, Wii U track. That would be a big step.
Yeah.
Big
Could be.
Well,
anything
yeah,
could happen.
Hot. It's a desert. It's hot. It's dry. So you'd have to think summer. Yeah, I don't know about this summer, obviously, at this point, but yeah, you could be right.
By the way,
dry desert or something like that.
I was gonna say, just being in Las Vegas last week, I would highly recommend not going to a desert in the summer. That is terrible. That was a dumb idea. 109 degree high temperatures. So yeah, why not go I don't know, why not get, I know like we like heat and stuff and we associate with the beach, but that's like, a beach is different than a desert. You know, we know that, right? So I know Cairo has water, it has, the Nile going through it and whatnot, but I don't know. Like part of me doesn't think that it'll be tied to a summer. Call me crazy. We'll see what happens. So others though, South America, Africa, what city do you think?
So I don't think it'll actually make it, but I would be in heaven if they did like a Machu Picchu track in Peru. I think that would just be like, I love the mountain tracks. I love mountains to begin with, just the nature aspect of it all. So that's my vote.
Yeah, remind us what is the appeal there? Are there temples? Are there artifacts? Are there is it a mountain area? Because I'm not as familiar with that, but I think I know there are a couple spots in South America. I'm curious which one that you're referring to.
It's a highly mountainous area, isn't it? Right?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Highly mountainous area.
A mountainous area.
Yeah. There's tons and tons of gorgeous mountains with really cool like ravines that go through it, and it's a pretty area.
Architecture that's lasted for centuries.
Yeah.
What about you, Tyler?
Yeah, Egypt. Egypt was Kara, probably what I was thinking, because the title screen was that for like a year and a half. They've had the pyramids in the background. We've had nothing, so I'm assuming we'll get that eventually. That's what I think will be next, probably.
I do feel like Nintendo holds their cards though. They know that we expect something, and they keep holding out on us. Now I will say they've been giving us some new characters this year between Charging Chuck and now potentially Petey Piranha, which we'll get to a lot of. I know Hero's like holding back, just waiting to jump in. We have one last question though. What's your thoughts on the new update? Is the daily selects reset through the quick ticket really the only big deal? Is it a game changer? Do you believe we'll ever get battle mode?
Yes, I think we'll get battle mode, but it's not really a game changer to me. I mean, the other one, it's not really a game changer, or Jerry Selects thing, but it's the biggest impact from the update, at least.
Anything else coming out of the update, or is it just the daily selects reset quick ticket thing?
I think we'll eventually get a battle mode. The quick ticket thing, specifically for me, I use my quick tickets to open up the cups early, so I have 0. So it means nothing.
Same here.
So we don't get enough of them to do that. We don't get enough.
If we started putting them back in the daily selects like they did back when I started playing the game, then we might have a different conversation. Other than getting one a tour, it does nothing for me. So
I've heard that. So was it in the daily selects at one point?
Yeah, they were in the daily selects.
Yeah, there were like 1,000 coins or something for one, I think, something like that.
How many?
1,000 coins for one. Pretty sure.
And they never told us they were taking them out. They just
they just took them out. I think we got 3 in like tour gifts, like 1 in Gold Pass and 2 in the regular gifts or something, or maybe 1 in regular gifts. Yeah. Maybe like 1.
Yeah, I could see that being massive if they started giving us additional ones.
You're an ACR player, you want to open that cup early. You want to see what loadouts are. So for me, I don't have any. I have 0. So there's nothing.
Yeah.
And if you don't have Nintendo is listening, I think they missed the mark by this much. It would be so cool if we could use a quick ticket to reset our daily selects. So like if you don't like what you got, you can use a ticket and get new daily selects. I think that'd be so cool.
Well, that's the other thing too. If you don't have your
Wait, it does that?
Yeah.
If you don't have
you use a quick ticket and it shuffles all 9.
Where have I been?
You've been moving across the country.
Guys, Nintendo, you're brilliant. I've been wondering what I'm going to use all 1,000 of my tickets for.
In fact, not only was Nintendo listening, but they also have a time machine. They went ahead in future, listened to this, and then went back, and then they added it. That's what they did.
I think you're talking about item tickets, right? The ones that you use.
I know what I'm talking about.
During the race?
No, to like open up all the. What are these called? Hold on. Those guys.
Oh yeah, you only have 48.
You have 48 quick tickets?
Yeah. Crazy. So if I can just like reset my daily selects. Wait, are you guys literally telling me I can do that?
Yeah.
Do that now. Do that now.
You can do it once a day.
Well, it's once a day.
I know what I'm doing for the next 48 days.
Well, but here's the thing: is you
Well,
don't
you
have
might want to
anything
wait
maxed
till you
out.
have stuff maxed out, though.
That's the thing. You have maxed
Yeah.
out, otherwise you're wasting your time.
So all you're doing is just trying to get something on the bottom 3, and the chances of that,
I get
like,
3% chance.
it's kind of worthless.
No, it's
Like
worthless.
for the majority of players. For the majority of players.
For the majority of players.
For people
I
that
agree.
have everything maxed out, then yeah, it's great because you can probably get like 1 or 2 tickets, buy them, do the reset, and then you can roll maybe like another 1 or 2 tickets every day, which is great. But it's few and far between the people that are able to do that.
I feel like I'm like 4 weeks behind this game, so just ignore me like the rest of the episode.
It's all right. It's all
You
right.
need
Hey,
to, at the very least, you need to max out all your normals, your drivers, cars, and gliders. Minimum.
Yeah, there's no more categories of like like premium normals and like
I mean, I
The
finally
purpose of me,
base normals.
I
You have to do
finally
all the
finished normal
normals.
carts and gliders this week, and I got a cart ticket on the top shelf today. So the normals are where you got to start.
yeah, I agree.
great tips, guys. Great tips.
You just have to have 40 tickets times what 11 items, so 440
Yeah.
tickets or just pull a bunch of pipes.
Or just take out a second mortgage and pull pipes, whatever works.
Like I think Prince fans got one thing you could do is just like wait till like December and then just use like 1 a day for like mid-December all the way through January, and just in case level 9 comes through. But like by then you should hopefully have a couple normals max or something like that.
No, level 9. No.
So,
I know.
Anything, please.
I actually no. I don't feel. I'm not a.
Are they
I'm
gonna
not
do
a
like
level
60
9er.
tickets for level 9?
No. I'm not a level 9er. I don't. I actually. I like the
I
little
don't think
shimmer
we're,
going
I don't
through.
think we're getting level 9.
I don't. I agree with you. I don't think we are.
I
But
disagree with you.
I think if in December might be a good time to start using these. Don't use them now. Just keep saving them up. But
Once I get some things maxed out, now that I understand what we're talking about in life.
I mean, you could. No, I mean you could do it that way. You certainly could.
It's a horrible idea. Don't do it that way. Any newbie people, don't do it that way.
Don't do that.
Another. Don't even bother.
But I don't think anyone should be using it to see a cup early as that option. I do think Nintendo has a great opportunity now.
I had no other reason to use them.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. I mean, it was just kind of a set it and forget it. You just literally just opened it up on Sundays, and I think the one person who could be opening it up and using the quick ticket that way, the old way, is if maybe you are a newer player, you don't have anything maxed, and you have like a really busy work week, like Monday, Tuesday, you just know work's tough, and so you just want to have access to whatever it is on Sunday. Like those people, that I could totally understand that. But for literally everyone else, I would probably use it for daily selects, all things equal. So that would be, but ultimately, maybe you save them. Maybe you just save them for, that November, December timeframe and just kind of just start using them. But I don't know, maybe you save them up, and maybe if you like, maybe you really like Petey Piranha and you really like the Petey badge or something, and you want to use them during the Petey Tour to potentially get some level tickets and level stuff up. Because that's where we're going, guys. We're getting into the Piranha Plant Tour. How excited are you guys? Petey is coming. I know, Hero, you've been buddy your tongue this whole time. Petey won Sammy D's most requested original character contest over Kranky Kong. Whoever played with Petey back in the day, why do you believe he is so loved? We'll start with you, Hero.
Well, before I start my huge paragraph, Studfit, try not to mention level 9 too much so that Nintendo will not use that as an idea. Be like, okay, let's do level 9 next year. Okay. So, I think the reason why Petey was adored and loved, again, I cannot speak for almost all the Petey fans, but I will say this. I grew up with playing the Mario Kart Double Dash. I never got to take advantage of playing Mario Kart, the SNES and then 64. So my first ever game was Mario Kart Double Dash. And, I completed all the cups. And then I remember at the very end, it's like, oh, you've unlocked Petey Piranha and King Boo. I was like, oh, that's really interesting. So I'll try using them. And immediately I started loving that guy, because in Double Dash, he was actually a broken character because he was allowed to use every special item that they were used. So for example, he can use Fireball, Heart, giant banana, Bowser shell, the triple green shells, literally everything. I'm not even joking. I'm not joking. He literally can use that.
Wait, anytime in once, or like every roll is like 1 out of 100 items?
It's like 1 out of like any items, but like he can use a wide range of selection of items. So
wow.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll get lucky 8 then, or lucky 7.
I don't think you can use all of them.
I quit.
That would be, man. Either way, either one of those options sounds broken.
It could be lucky 8 from Mario Kart 8 because there is a lucky 8 skill, but in Mario Kart Tour, it's lucky 7.
Just mute me. I'm here for all the beginners.
Oh, this is great entertainment. I love it.
But yeah, no. Anyway, so yeah, pretty much when I found out that yesterday that Petey was coming, I couldn't believe my eyes. I thought I was on cloud 9 and something. I was so ecstatic, and everyone kept messaging me saying congrats. I was like, wait, what happened? So then I opened up the I think it was Twitter, and then it showed Petey's flowers. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it. So I am so excited. I'm just too
I gotta
excited.
interject for a moment. So my daughter was also a big fan of Petey Piranha, and I got to show you something here.
Did you draw something?
So she drew this.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, wow,
she's talented.
I love it.
She is
So
talented.
awesome.
Is he playing babasketball?
She would have killed me if I didn't show this to you.
Will you please tell her she has major skills and should pursue art?
I had to show you this one, a little Mario too. She didn't color it in though.
That's so cool.
So
I love your
So
daughter.
good.
So we're both very excited for Petey also, because next week is my birthday tour. So
Happy
I'm
birthday.
extremely excited myself. I mean, I'm not a crazy hero Petey fan, but I do love Petey also. I love all original characters. I was extremely excited when Kamek came. So
Yeah.
you know, I told her Petey was coming, and she immediately went on the internet and she looked for a picture of Petey, and she's just drawing. She's coloring, she's drawing. I'm like, you had no idea you could draw.
So yeah.
He will bring that out of people, I guess.
Yeah, I can't wait for Wednesday at this point,
Yeah.
honestly. Like, I just can't wait. The moment when I realized when Kamek showed up, like as an original character, that was the moment where I was like, okay, you know what? Mario Kart Tour is going to add original characters, you know? I was thinking if Kamek is going to show up, most likely Petey will show up. And then, Lord and behold, it did show up. So I truly hope that, you know, we will get more original characters coming up. So like, I hope like, for example, Honey Queen, Wiggler will show up, you know, that will excite the fans. Kranky too, yeah. Honestly, it was amazing. I can't wait for next tour. So
yeah, so Hero, you have your drawings? You want to show us your drawings of Petey just real quick?
I'm a horrible artist, so it's better if I don't.
All right. Well, the second part to that question is, why do you think he's so loved? But what's your favorite memories of Petey? I know you mentioned a couple. Anyone else interact with Petey at all? Zooms maybe?
Nope, too young. I'm only
Too young. Wow. Okay.
I'm not even 20 yet.
Well, I'm too old, man. I never got to play with Petey, so I'm loving the energy from the community. I'm happy for them. I didn't think Petey was coming, to be honest with you. I saw the Chomp Chain Mii Suit, and then I saw the PeteMii Suit, what looked to be the PeteMii Suit, and I was like, you know, there's no Chain Chomp character or anyone even getting hyped about him, so I didn't think Petey was coming, but he's here, and I'm happy for all of you guys. This is really, really exciting. But I'll be honest with you, I voted for Kranky Kong. I want some more Kongs in the game. Who would vote for Petey? Petey right hand, left hand, Kranky.
This is my right hand.
My right hand too.
Definitely right hand.
My right.
Man. Nice, good. Well, again, I'm really excited for Petey. We'll see what happens. Who knows? Maybe he gets an everything skill. I don't know. In fact, SM Bros Lightning Whisper, I love his nickname. Lightning Whisper. What will Petey Piranha's special item skill be? It's a question of the community. Let's start the debate. Hero, we'll start with you. What do you think his skill is going to be?
It's very, very controversial. I just don't see him having boomerang driver, because having two boomerang drivers released on the same tour, I just think it's a bit excessive. And Studfit, it's the year of Giant Banana. I'm gonna go with Giant Banana. Final answer.
Well, I mean, two Petey Piranhas in the same tour, one being Mii Suit, one being regular, is a bit excessive already. So who else thinks it's gonna be not boomerang, and who thinks it's gonna be boomerang?
I think it's Lucky 7.
Lucky 7, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody at once. Lucky 7.
I really want to go Lucky 7 also. I just, unless they break their trend, I don't see how. But I really do hope it is Lucky 7.
Yeah.
Is there any way that they're going to bring his skill from the console?
No, absolutely not.
I mean, I would even like to see him get that ink skill. That would be cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, so we talked about that. So there is a when you actually hit one of those piranhas on Bangkok Drift, it says Inky Piranha Plant, and like that's the name of like the actual action. So there could be some kind of like ink skill, and I think there'd be like, I think we Big Lob Lob mentioned in our server, it'd be cool if like you could leave an ink blotch there, almost kind of similar to like a giant banana. And then every time someone would go through it, you'd get that hit, almost like a blooper hit, and it would stay on the track.
Think about it. The piranha plants on those tracks are shooting the ink, right? So maybe that's kind of a hint. You never know. It's an outside shot, but...
Well, I mean, like, why would they incorporate these piranhas on this track? They didn't have to throw... I mean, there's nothing inky about Bangkok. Like, they didn't need to do that.
No, they didn't need to, but it's obviously new to the game and it's in the files. So now it's out there. So maybe piranha plants are shooting ink. Maybe Petey's coming. Maybe, you know, you never know. Maybe they give it to him.
In the game, doesn't he use his like leaves to fly as well?
Yeah.
Like wouldn't that be horrible if you got the leaf skill?
Super leaf.
Please, super leaf, no.
I'm still gonna take
horrible. But what if they have like a piranha leaf? That would just, I don't know.
I'm pulling no matter what.
I'm just here to be obnoxious.
I mean, the fact that we saw we actually have a Mii released with a new character driver. I mean, all precedents out the window. It literally could be anything under the window. They don't have to follow any of their previous precedents there. Tyler, what do you think, man?
Lucky 7. I don't see it being boomerang.
Wow.
I'll be Lucky 7 as well.
I mean, I know
Seven.
we're getting two Mii Suit and PD, but I don't see two. I don't see two boomerangs happening at once. I don't see two boomerangs happening at once. I just don't.
That's a fair point. It is a fair point.
I think Studfit would want either Giant Banana or Coinbox for the skill. What do you think?
If I had to vote, if Nintendo said, "Hey, you know, Studfit, you had this channel thing, like we just, you know, just curious, what do you think? What do you want it to have?" 100% Giant Banana. This is year of Giant Banana. We are loving Giant Banana. If I could have more Giant Banana characters in the game, I would absolutely love this game even more. But if I had to place my bets, you know, it just came from Vegas. If I was a betting man and I was placing my bets, I'd put it on Boomerang. I'm sorry, guys. I'm like the one guy who who still thinks that they'll stick to. Again, I'm not playing it safe. It is the safe answer, but if I was actually thinking, because I thought about it, because this is a question that sent out earlier before we record this. I don't know. I do think it will be Boomerang. And I think that Nintendo is trying to overwhelm us. I legitimately think that Nintendo says, "Hey, how do we get these guys to stop?" Because I remember last year, honestly, this past week I was thinking, why did we even play this game last year? Like we have so many new things this year. We have so many fun new tracks, so many new skills. And what allows us to do is saying, "Hey, I have to pick between Gold Yoshi or this question mark block or, you know, Daisy or Volendam, and I'm having to pick one. I can't level them all up." And I think that's what Nintendo is trying. That's the point that they're trying to prove. And so, what better than to throw two Boomerang characters? And then I have Boomerang Mii Suits and Lucky 7 Mii Suits that I haven't leveled. I mean, there's so many options that if you really love a character, you will put tickets on it and you will ride it out. I don't think he will have a not top skill. That I feel pretty confident in, because I do think Nintendo wants to make these very unique characters to drive people to the game. Wow, Petey's back. I want to play. And like if it's like Fire Flower, then they're gonna be like, yeah, you never mind. I do think they're gonna use this opportunity to their advantage and bring people back into the game, get people excited about this game, and it has to be a top skill. There's no doubt. It's not happening. It's not Fireflower. It's not.
No driver's ever not been a top skill.
For sure, a top 4 skill. That's
Yeah.
Sure. We just don't know what it is.
I'll be right back. I have my
Imagine-
Okay, Zooms. Yeah, no problem.
Back-to-back Coinbox though. Imagine if they actually gave us another Coinbox.
Oh man.
Well, Petey's a heavy driver, so
Yeah,
everyone's gonna take him.
with that
Right,
cart too, with that like pipe cart, that's
Yeah.
huge as well. That'd be crazy.
Very nice. Very nice.
Is that a big cart, by the way?
Yes,
It
it's huge.
looks
It's
medium
pretty
size.
huge.
I mean,
it's pretty
so
big.
he's a big driver. So even if it's medium size, it's gonna become a large cart in one way or another. So even if it's a Tanuki sized cart, it's still gonna be a decent sized cart. So
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, let's say in a situation where we happen to somehow get 2 boomerang drivers in the same tour, Petey and then Petey's doppelganger Mii Suit. How would you prioritize investments? Because the Mii Suits kind of have the ones that are resembling something that are like not metallic. They obviously have that the base points boost part, but they usually have less tracks. So how do you prioritize Petey versus PeteMii? In that situation, they both have boomerang.
I'll leave it to everybody else. 'Cause I don't
I mean-
like Mii Suits.
I mean, you know my answer, Studfit. You know who I'm going with.
No, I need to know. You're going to OG?
Yeah, Petey Piranha, all the way.
Easy.
Is now basically every ticket you get from now until like October, is it going to only be between these 2 drivers, the Petey and the PeteMii, or are you going to neglect the PeteMii?
I think I'm probably gonna neglect it because I don't know, all the other Mii Suits, the one I'm investing a lot, like what was it, the silver, bronze, Lucky 7 one. I mean, it just doesn't do well on my coverage. Only the Gold Mii is the one that's the most valuable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still
Okay.
not highly invested in the Mii Suits at all, so I think I'm just gonna stick to my strategy and not care.
Love that answer.
No, I think I will buy the. I will buy the. Is he gonna be in the
We don't
like
know.
to purchase? If he's to purchase, I'll buy him.
He'll probably be a ranked reward.
Ah, that's true.
The only
Nintendo
thing
likes to
that
drive us
I have
crazy.
that I don't have is the question mark block. When
Me
that
too.
comes, that's the one I'm getting.
I don't have
the
that
ranked
either.
one.
I don't have that either.
Unless they
I
throw
get it.
2 top 10 drivers at me again, then I won't get it again. But
Man, we could go 100 different ways, but Hero of the Skies actually asks a question. When do you guys think the question mark block Mii Suit will appear in the shop? Will it ever?
I think it's gonna be a rank reward again, like the Rosalina one.
Yeah,
I'm gonna torture up again.
I hate that.
And I'm gonna be at a 20K margin from first both weeks, like I was this.
And we're gonna have top 10 drivers in our ranked every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
you got a top 10 player, don't you, Z?
That's not gonna change. I had a top 10 player both weeks.
Wait, who on here doesn't have the question block Mii Suit?
Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
half of
okay.
us. Wow.
I thought the gold guy was elusive. Sounds like the question mark block might be also elusive. Frenzy Fan Gal, do you have him?
I do. Mhm.
Wow.
they,
How are you treating him?
Yeah. How are you treating him, Frenzy Fangirl?
Not very well. But here's the thing: is I play. My strategy is a little different than Will's. I play what helps me in ranked. So around the same time, I got Gekshi, and I took Gekshi to level 8, 1400, and so he was. They have not like complete overlap, but I feel like because I did Gekshi so high, the question block Mii Suit just hasn't helped too much.
Depends on your
They
account.
share a couple. They share.
Exactly.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I was trying to think of a diagram. There's the gold Mii Suit and the question mark Mii Suit do not have any overlap, but Gold Yoshi's like over both of them. So like,
Yeah.
it's really strange just because they came out all at the same time. So like whatever tracks they didn't give to this Mii Suit, they gave to this Mii Suit. But like Yoshi, just if you had both Mii Suits, you'd be good, and you wouldn't.
He's cool
need
like that.
Gold
I mean,
Yoshi.
if for the question mark Mii Suit, I mean, if it comes back in a ranked award, just put in top 3, not top 1. That way, it will be much
Okay.
easier for us to get it.
I wish they would do that, but I think they won't because the Rosalina one is dash ring and they did top 1 with that. So
Yeah.
they're not gonna. They don't care.
Yeah, they really don't
why
care.
they brought the Rosalina suit back as a rank reward. Nobody cares about that suit.
Exactly.
That just tells you where the question mark block's going.
So to answer Hero's question, when do you think we will get access to this this guy? Will we have to wait a couple more months?
Christmas
Maybe.
2025.
At least a month, if not two.
Or a Mii special pipe, maybe.
Okay. Well, specifically, kind of going back to, because I think right now we're going to be talking about Mii's. It's inevitable. But Luca asks a good question. Hey guys, this is Luca from the GSG. Hope everybody is enjoying the Bangkok tour and looking forward to the Piranha Plant tour, because I sure am. With the last top plus skill, Mii Suit, being the Coinbox Mii Suit, and now getting a second boomerang Mii Suit. We've already seen the preview there. Do you think the Petey Piranha Mii Suit will be a ranked reward or purchasable in the shop? What do you guys think? Thanks, Studfit, for the question. Hope all enjoy the rest of the tour.
Hopefully shop.
Hopefully shop and quite possibly ranked.
Okay.
I would say ranked definitely, but if they gave us the DK suit, even though it's not as valuable, obviously the DK suit's giant banana, and that's a top skill, and that was in the shop. So it's not a coin box suit. So maybe it could possibly be in the shop. I don't know.
Do they only offer? They're only coming out with one Mii Suit next tour, right? The Petey Piranha one.
Yeah, only one.
Do they always offer at least one to be able to be purchasable with 100 rubies? And if there is a second one, then it's a ranked reward?
Because the question block was the only one in the Peach versus Bowser tour, I believe. So that was the only one that was in. There was no purchasable one in the shop that tour. So yeah, fairly certain.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a feeling it's going to be a ranked reward.
I think ranked reward.
Unfortunately.
Very confident about that.
Very confident. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Luca, hopefully that helps you out. You just got to win ranked. That's all you got to do. Just simple as that.
No pressure.
I will say that.
Oh, go for it.
Go for it.
I was gonna say, do you think they'll ever have like banners of the Mii Suits?
Oh, like packs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's kind of like what they are in a way.
When they stop putting Mii Suits out there for additional base points and they quit this whole thing, I think eventually you're going to see them in packs, but not right now. I think when they get old,
they should stop after this tour. It's the 20.
What are we at now, guys?
It's the 20th one, right? This is the what would be like 1600 now.
Where's the Bowser Mii Suit? I want the Bowser Mii Suit.
Yeah, I don't know why.
He gave you Dr. Bowser.
Yeah.
So worthless. Where's the Lucky 7 Bowser? Where's the Giant Banana Bowser? Where's the Boomerang Bowser?
They're all hiding inside the coin Bowsers.
Come on.
You got two coin box. At least you
got two coin box, man.
Two coin box.
I know. I want something else.
I mean, the biggest insult is the DK Mii Suit before an actual DK ult. And that's not an insult.
It's okay. Next year you'll have Wedding Bowser, Frenzy fan guys. So
Bowser Fury
with Super Bell. With Super Bell.
Super Bell, yeah.
Yeah, Super Bell. That's exactly what we all need. Is another Super Bell. Stinging free.
Super Leaf, maybe. Well, guys, yeah, this is we're gonna obviously be transitioning to the Mii's. We got plenty of Mii questions. I'm curious though, just to kind of wrap up. We got a lot of also Petey questions. I have to get through them. We asked about the double boomerang, but if Petey does not have a top skill, which I think we're all feeling is a really low chance, but what if he doesn't have it? Like, Hero, for your situation, if Petey Piranha came out with Fire Flower, would you be pulling for him?
Of course. I don't care what skill he has. I'm
at level 7, level 8, whatever you can get him up to.
7 double cap. That's my goal.
Wow. Even if he had Fire Flower.
Even if he has Fire Flower, I don't care.
I said that about Bowser, and then Dr. Bowser came out with that pill, and he's still level 1. Tickets are so scarce. Like, spending 14 tickets on something that's just kind of worthless. Like, even if it's your favorite character, it's still hard to do.
I'm a diehard fan. I've been waiting for this.
I think Hero just loves Petey Piranha more than you love Bowser.
Favorite character.
Seems like it.
A lot of Petey fans will
Whatever
take
brings
in.
joy in the game, I'm all for it.
A lot of Petey fans will take in the 6 or 7, regardless of what their skill is.
I'd still
Yeah.
pull.
All right, fair enough. Talking about new drivers, we've seen new drivers be brought back just months after being introduced. Say Luigi Vacation, Rosa Volendam, and now Pink Ninja that we saw in the trailer this morning. Is this a trend, or are these just a few outliers? Does it change your strategy at all with new drivers in these 100 pipes? Is any pipe a must pull if it returns in 2 or 3 months?
I think it's a new trend. If I had to guess.
So does it change your strategy? Zooms.
Well, I've always been over a saber. I don't really have a early strategy. I'm not so a whale, so I don't really pull in a ton of pipes.
Okay, so you're gonna save. Okay, anyone else? Anyone else feel like this is an actual trend, or am I just seeing things here?
This could be a trend because, you know, like what you said earlier, like they brought back Luigi Vacation, Volendam, and then Pink Ninja Shy Guy next to her. Who knows? Maybe they might bring back Daisy Tie Dress in like a month or 2 from now. You know?
They could.
A gold Yoshi and a gold pipe or something, maybe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
Does it? I mean, are you confident enough in this trend that you'll actually change your strategy, or do you feel like, hey, you know, maybe they're doing this, maybe they aren't? Like, I'm just trying to stay alive, type of process.
You want to get the most out of every driver you pull, so like getting them early is obviously the better option, but you never know when they're going to return. You never know if this is going to be a common thing. So obviously, getting them early is what I would say.
Yeah, I mean, so I missed out on Kangaroo Yoshi when he came out in the Sydney tour.
Same.
And then I saw him come up so many times in ranked, and then he came back in like a week 2 pipe or something, right?
Yep.
And I kind of felt by that time, like his value had kind of already set sail.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of thing is going to be the same thing with Pink Ninja. Like he's been so useful in ranked. I kind of held off as much as I could without leveling him up, but then needed to for, I think it was, I don't know what tour it was. But anyway, I ended up taking him like 6 and double uncapped. And then I was so relieved like the very next tour when he was in ranked. And then the next tour after that in ranked. And then now he's in ranked. Or was it last week? Yeah.
Last week. Yep.
Last week,
this tour.
Yeah. And so I've already used him now 3, 4, maybe even 5 times. And so then if the first time that I was able to acquire him was next tour, I just don't know that how excited I'd be.
Yeah. I feel that too, because like, you know, I skipped out on Kangaroo Yoshi, and then there was a period in which he kept appearing on ranked every single time, which got me annoyed as well. So I'm like, okay. And I looked at Luigi Vacation. I was like, okay, since I have him, I'm going to invest in him more, because if you don't have Kangaroo, Luigi Vacation is your go-to guy, you know, for boomerang stuff, because he'll cover some of Yoshi Kangaroo's top shelf drivers. So, or track, excuse me.
Yeah, that's a good point.
7 1400. Those are like my 2 top drivers. 2 of them.
What did you say, Tyler?
I said I have both Yoshi Kangaroo and Luigi Vacation at 7 1400. Those are like my 2 top drivers.
1400. Wow.
Yeah.
Do you ever get burnt out?
Favorite skill. Yes, I definitely do get burnt out. Definitely. But
that's all I need to hear. That makes me feel better, because I would love to invest in them. Those are 2 awesome characters, but like I don't know. I feel like it'd be a little much. Like just the pressure of like I gotta use these guys every time you see them. Okay.
HCR is definitely a pain. When going for top 100, it's painful. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think like I love a good boombox run. Like you know, this tour I got a nice boombox run. I think it was on one of the coconut malls, and I was like, "Where's my next boomerang?" I was like you know, on some kind of like crack or something like that. I was like, I was addicted. I was like,
It's a high.
There's a high that comes from it, but then I was like, and then I looked at there's like maybe 1 or 2 more. This isn't like a big boombox tour, at least for for my Daisy that kind of took over a lot of tracks. But yeah, there's something addictive to it. But then I spent like 2 hours on another track with I think it was with Luigi Vacation on one of the Coconut Malls, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is for the birds. This isn't fun. So yeah, there's like the highs are high and the lows are low, and you got to ride it out. We talked about it on the last Kart Talk. I would just pick one, and maybe Tyler, you can tell me if this is just something you would endorse or not. But just pick one boomerang driver, and like that's your boomerang driver, and just like let that be your guy, and then because that kind of allows you to be and like. But you're investing into two guys. Like, is two too much, or is one the sweet spot, or how would you recommend boombox drivers and investments?
If you don't have a lot of free time, I would not recommend investing more than one. I would just focus on Coinbox. But I actually have Ninja, Luigi, and Yoshi all 7 triple caps. So every ACR is like almost all boomboxing. So painful. But yeah, if you don't have a lot of free time, just invest in Coinbox. That's what I would recommend because it takes a lot of time. It's crazy.
Okay. I mean, to be honest with you, my strategy has been super straightforward. It's just literally, if it's a coin box, you triple uncap it, you take it to 8. Everyone else, if it's a lucky 7 or boomerang, 7, 1100. And I don't ever take any. I don't have any boombox or actually I do have Saddle of You at level 8, but that's only because they gave us a lot of packs and stuff like that with him in it. All right, so last question about next tour. What are your thoughts on the Cheep Cheep Mii Suit and the Dolphin Mii Suit? What skill do you anticipate them having?
Not a valuable one, but that's about all I guess.
Not a valuable. Okay, so they're gonna be garbage. Anyone think that they'll be useful? Does anyone have any like speculation? I don't know, like the Dauphiny Square, Mario Sunshine, stuff really well. Is there like some kind of skill these guys would have?
I can see maybe Dash Ring. We haven't had that in a while.
That's what I was thinking too. For the dolphin.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dash Ring for the dolphin. Yeah.
I did hear Carlos's prediction was that when the Dolphin Mii Suit comes out, that we'll see Shadow Mario and some Shadow characters. So I didn't play Mario Sunshine. I played it for 5 or 10 minutes, just supervising my sons play it. But I looked up Shadow Mario. He's just water. He looks just like Ice Mario. That seems really like. Do you think they could do Shadow Mario?
Want to be lazy? Yes. With play flaps? Yes.
I mean, maybe they can throw a paintbrush at his hand, but I mean, he's essentially Ice Mario. I don't know. I don't know. Can anyone see like a Mario Sunshine themed Mario Kart Tour?
Well, on on July 19th, it will mark 20 years since Super Mario Sunshine has been developed. So
it's for a quarter.
Yeah,
I mean, they could do a Sunshine Tour just based on the Mario Sunshine, game.
Yeah.
But they also have basically neglected every other anniversary that we've ever had.
Yeah.
True.
Well, they don't always follow the rules, but
yeah, but like that's an easy rule. Like the DK anniversary, like we saw that come and go, and of course no DK alt for what it's worth. But yeah, that's a good point. All right, so we're getting into Mii's. We got a lot of questions about Mii's. Specifically, Tim Torch got really excited about Mii's, so he submitted a number of questions. We'll get to some of them, but I just threw the first question in there, which is, anyone sick of Mii's and just wish they would stop?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, guys, I know in the data mining we saw that the Mii Cup had like up to 24 boosts, Mii driver boosts. Are we going to stop at 24? Do you think anyone think we're not going to stop at 24?
Well, because the problem here is that people like me who never invested in the Gold Mii, you're going to keep bringing Mii Suits out, and I'm going to go against top 10 players who are going to have eventually 2,000 base point Mii's going against me with like a double cap level 7 Daisy or whatever.
But that was your fault.
I'm not going to no shot in win rank. And at this point, I have no chance of going back and spending 100 rubies on, I don't know, 10, 15 Mii Suits because I never invested from the beginning. So it's like, my fault from not starting from the beginning. But
yeah, let me ask you about that. So why did you not start? You knew Mii Suits were going to be
it didn't have the value for me. And we had Yoshi Gold Egg. We had other drivers that brought me a lot more value.
Mm-hmm.
The Gold Mii Suits got a bunch of cities, so yeah, they were in that particular ranked or that particular tour, but I don't necessarily go all in on city drivers. So he only gives me like four regular city non-city tour tracks. So
yeah, I guess let me rephrase. What when you started seeing, like, I know you said you got the DK suit, but like when you saw other
that was like the very
suits.
first time they were introduced, and I'm a big DK fan, so I was like, yeah, I'll get this giant banana, whatever.
Okay.
Then I didn't realize exactly how it was going to work moving forward. That was way before an actual Gold Mii Suit was introduced. Don't forget. So I had no idea that was going to bring base points up on a Coinbox driver. Maybe I'm naive to think that wasn't going to eventually happen, but I just never thought of it. So,
yeah. I mean, I made a big mistake that tour. I got the DK suit 3 times. That means I bought it at 70 rubies and then 100 rubies and then another 100 rubies. So I have a level 3 and never used it. So trust me, you can do dumb stuff, no doubt. But I do not like the Miis. Like I never got into the Miis. I wasn't a Wii player. I totally like I was doing adult stuff at that time. I'm not going to mention on a podcast, but I was not playing the Wii. So I'm not a Mii fan, but I also like realized this is like when I saw the base points going, I'm like, base points going up like that. I know how much a base point impacts the score, especially drivers. Cause you think about like base points on a kart doesn't impact as much as the drive. I've done the spreadsheet and like filled in the jump from 1195 to 1400. Like I could see it's like a 3,000 point jump. So I knew it was going to be big. I just was curious in your mindset. Like you just said, hey, I not only do I not like the Miis, but I also don't like winning ranked. I don't like points. I don't like, like what, like, I don't know. Like, what was your thought process? You just said, hey, I'm not into this. Like, and I'm going to show Nintendo. I'm going to show them with my votes, with my rubies, with my money.
No, so it's not that I don't like the Miis. That had nothing to do with it. It's just he didn't give me the value at first when he came out. And even when I got him, he only gave me 3 or 4 tracks, and some of them are covered by Gold Yoshi, which I brought to triple cap level 7 immediately. So
that's how it was for me too. Yeah, I didn't. He gave me like one, like mushroom gorge cheese.
For me to drop 14 to 22 tickets to bring in the level 8 and buy every single Mii Suit at 70 rubies times, God knows, it just. I'd rather spend my rubies on actual new essential drivers. So was it my fault for not going all in right away? Maybe. But at the end of the day, even right now, he gives me 5 tracks. So I lose 5 tracks. Okay. I can live with it. I got Thai Daisy, I got Yoshi, Gold Yoshi, Egg, which give me like between them 10 tracks. So I'll work around it. I'm trying to find ways to work around it. So it just is what it is. You just didn't give me the value up front. So
yeah. I hope you don't mind me.
Which would probably help me in more, but
okay. Yeah, I hope you don't mind me asking the tough hitting questions there. I'm trying to knock out all 12 of Tim Torch's Mii related questions. But for everyone else, what is your Mii Suit strategy? Buying at least 1 copy of each, or just getting them from ranked, or what's your Mii strategy?
My Mii strategy is crossing my fingers and hoping that they have a fire max 10 times Mii pipe for 45 rubies. Until then, I'm holding out.
Okay. Sorry,
everybody will be really mad.
Well, I just get a new one at discount every tour.
You do get the discount ones.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, man.
So at least one of all the ranked ones so far.
Yeah, I've seen some free to play, like that's their strategy, that's their way to compete, is just like only getting Miis. And I'll be honest with you, I looked at some of the players who were scoring higher than me on ranked on my friends list, like at least last tour, or last week, DKR.exe and Zephiel and some of these guys that really respect in the community. They all have the Coinbox, the blockhead. They have him at like, level 7, level 8, but like, the 1590, 1580, whatever it is, like super high base points. And honestly, like it makes a lot of sense to do it that way. So whether you're like a top tier player or you're like a free to play player that's trying to kind of keep up with everyone else, it's a very unique strategy. And again, as much as I hate the Miis, like they've switched stuff up. They're making us think a little bit before we start investing. I don't know, Hero, what's your thoughts on the Mii Suits? Are you investing in them, or what end of the spectrum are you handing on that?
So I basically invested in almost all the Mii Suits except the question mark. Mii Suit's still waiting for that. And yeah, just like FrenZgrind, like in the beginning, like I was like, okay, it doesn't help me that much. But then when it comes to ACR, particularly, I realized it will increase your scores massively. So like I remember it was what was it, the Metropolitan Tour, where I think there was a point where the Gold Mii was ranked, I think 10 times. And I was like, okay, now's my chance to
the ACR?
Yeah, for ACR.
Okay. Yep.
So then I was like, okay, now's my chance to take him to 6. And so far he's at 6 double cap for me. And I'll let him stay at that. And then until I can unlock more tickets on the shop, I can hopefully take him to 7 and beyond. So it's just those base points that's really urging me to do it. So at the end of the day.
Yeah, we had a really good question from Kareem in my server, and I actually shot it out to Professor J and kind of asked him, and I'll kind of share that with you guys if that's cool, because he asked them, like, what's the difference between base points between having a Coinbox driver at 1400 versus the current level, and he actually gave me a pretty good answer. Give me 1 second. So he said, this is from Professor J, who I absolutely love, highly respect him. So a level 8 Mii 1600 has 112 bonus points per action versus a level 8 non-Mii 1400 has 98 bonus points per action. So 14 points base points per action extra with the Mii Suit. So on a 200 action count run times 14 points is 2,800 points, plus the base points difference of 200 points. So that's 3,000 points extra on just a 200 action count run. So that's just the difference between, a driver at triple uncapped versus a Mii Suit triple uncapped. And he goes into a couple other options, but 3,000 points just for the same exact 200 action count run, Mii Suit versus non-Mii Suit. 3,000 points will sway things, especially like a good example this week. We got 2 gold Mii Suits. That's 6,000 points that you could, that could win you ranked if you need it. So just for those who are new to the game, and again, you're probably not close to the level tier 80, but if you have the gold Mii Suit, I highly recommend. I know Frenzy Fans Guy, you have him, but have him at a low level, right? What's your thoughts on him?
Yeah, I'm a little bit torn. I haven't had a reason to invest in him quite yet. This tour, or this week's ranked, is the first real opportunity. Like, it's the first time that he's been a double feature in a tour. But then when I opened up my app on Wednesday morning, first place was already like 153,000 points. And even if I were to invest in him, like, so here's my thing with city tracks that I really don't like is Nintendo does such a great job at picking stuff that we all have at like crappy levels, right? So for example, what is it over here in Bangkok Rush?
They're experts.
No. Here we go. So Bangkok Rush T, I could use the gold Mii Suit. I've got Vacation Luigi at 6 and single slapped. But then I've got 3 carts top shelf, 2 of which are level 1, and the other one is level 2. The other one that's level 2 is the Firefly, which was the one that you got like being top 3 in ranked like 6 tours ago or whatever. And I'm not going to invest in that. Like, I'm not going to take the Firefly to level 6.
You should invest in the Sweet Ride, though.
Yeah, the thing is I don't know. I'm playing a little bit more of a long game, which requires some ranks to be sacrificed, and I'm just going to try and do as best as I can. I kind of feel like right now I just need to get as many things in my artillery as possible, so that when I do decide to spend tickets and I have a goal that I want to reach, then all of those options will be available and I can then decide. But until then, I mean, I've got every single Mii Suit, but not one Mii Suit is above level 2. So I'm probably playing the game wrong.
Hey, at least you're getting it at level 1. Yeah, so yeah, it's a really good point. I do want to kind of shift our attention to that question mark block suit, because he's the one I'm still perplexed on. Specifically this past week, I was literally in this debate where I'm looking at Gold Yoshi at level 2, looking at this question mark block, which I did not win both weeks in ranked. I only won one, so he's at level 1. And then I looked at the ThaiDai, and all at low levels. The ThaiDai ended up pulling a couple extra levels, but I really looked into this question mark block suit, because I'm like, man, the base points are there, but then I looked at the number of tracks. He's got 12 total tracks. Of those, 3 are cities. So he's got like 9 tracks that are rotating the assumed tracks. So I said, yeah, man, that looks so scary. So I pulled the trigger on Daisy. But then I was talking with some of my friends, Raker and DXR, who were really hyped on the question mark block. And I said, "What, guys, tell me a little bit more." And they said, well, let's look at the tracks. And so there are, of those tracks, he has 1 exclusive. That's the Cheep Cheep Island R. But then he's got 2 other tracks that he's the only Coinbox. Actually, I think 3 additional tracks that he's the only Coinbox driver. Koopa Cape R, Frappe Snowland RT, Choco Island 1 RT, which really, Koopa Cape R is really the one I'm too concerned on. So I was torn, and I'm not sure if I made the right decision, but I'm curious. What are your thoughts on the question mark block suit? Should he be treated kind of like a gold suit light, or can he help you out? What should just average drivers, average players, be thinking about this question mark block suit?
I like it.
Tell us more.
Well, it has some unique tracks, and I have it at level 4, and the base points boost is useful. That's all I have to say.
It's getting buffed slowly, I would say. Like the Gold Mii Suit got buffed, but nobody could get it yet, so nobody noticed how slowly it was getting buffed. But now this came out immediately, and we could get it. Use it. It's just getting slowly buffed, and I think eventually it's going to have a lot of tracks, and it'll be really useful. So I'd say it's worth the investment. But I can't invest it because I don't even have it, which kind of stinks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to invest in something you don't have. No, so what is that ceiling though? Do you think, like, by the end of 2022, how many tracks do you think it'll have?
How many tracks does the Gold Mii Suit have? Like 27 or something? Maybe like 5 or 6 less than that or something, possibly. I don't know.
Yeah, but are you talking assumed?
All of the Mii Suits seem to have lower tracks than regular drivers, obviously.
Yeah, I agree with that. Not a whole lot. Probably a few exclusives at least, though.
They're specifically giving him some exclusive tracks where he's the only Coinbox driver. 4 total, one of which he's the only Coinbox driver or top skill. So that's nearly half of his non-assumed tracks. So it is interesting. I'm just curious, for me, one of the reasons I chose Daisy, kind of thinking a little about this, but not really hearing some of my guys out, was because I'm like, you know what? I'll circle back, right? So for me, it's I know ThaiDai will get in ranked. Geez, what? Probably 80% of the next 4 weeks. Probably the next month she'll be in ranked 80% of the time. But I'll circle back with the question mark block suit. I don't know, in September when he gets 20 tracks. That's when I'm going to invest in him. Right now, the way that they're buffing these Mii Suits just seems to be so slow. I just feel like I just can't invest in something that I'm going to be literally watching paint dry to get him to finally use him in something. But he isn't ranked this week, so I don't know. I'm still kind of torn to see if I made the right decision. Time will tell. I'm just curious to what your thoughts were. It sounds like you guys might be with me. Maybe it's a long game investment.
I don't know.
I think there's a small section of the community that he's super beneficial for, and that's going to be the people who don't have the Gold Mii Suit and you want to compete in ACR consistently top 100. I think in that scenario, or top it 1,000 like without having to grind a lot. In that scenario, he's a really smart investment because one, you don't have the gold Mii suit, but you're guaranteed at least like one, he'll always be in that first Mii Cup race, right?
A cup boost, the Mii Cup boost.
So
yep.
The cup boost, you'll always have him there. And then when he does show up in ranked or other courses, like it's a perk for you. But I think that's like the one sector of, I don't go for ACR all the time, but if I were consistently going for ACR, I'd take him a lot more seriously. If you don't have the gold Mii suit.
Little mic drop there. I like it. Yeah.
Well, I don't think Mii's are a Nintendo priority personally. I think just a way to get players to spend more rubies, spend more money, more rubies, just to keep bringing up their Mii suits. That's why they're not going to stop. To be honest with you.
Yeah, you know what? For your sake, FrenZgrind, we'll stop talking about Mii's because I know that's the last thing you want to keep talking about.
It's either my mistake or my advantage. I don't know, but it's all right.
I still think we're figuring. I think we're still seeing how things will shake out, and I think time will tell. I think right now that they seem to be peaking, and like we're seeing stuff in ranked. We have the Mii Cups and stuff. I do think once we get to that max, whatever it'll be, I don't know how many more waves we'll have. Again, data mining says we'll get to kind of like 24, which is coming up, but. Yeah, I think there'll be, I think the meta suggests that, I think Frenzy Fans Gal said it perfectly. It's just like, it could help you make up some room. Yeah, it could help you, those players. And I think for you, FrenZgrind, you had, Gold Yoshi, you got some other drivers making that coverage up. So you're not too worried about it. I think for other drivers, though, other players, it could make up some really good coverage.
Get 3 or 4 more assumed tracks and the base points go up to 2,000, I might have to quit the game. So.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. Yeah. Well, actually, it's funny. Tim Torch asked a kind of silly question. He says, when driving the Coinbox Mii Suit, do you ever think you have a Coinbox and just you ever get confused his helmet with an actual Coinbox?
The bots are confusing. When I see a bot using the Mii Suit, I think it's a Coinbox. And I use a boomerang trying to boombox, and it's not a Coinbox. So,
yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Speaking of Tim, when, if ever, is Coinbox not king? Do you ever find yourself with a top shelf Coinbox driver, but choosing to not race with them? What factors can make choosing a Coinbox driver a difficult choice?
Well, you have another driver at a much higher level. But otherwise, Coinbox is always
how
king.
much higher would you say, Zooms?
Multiple level is higher.
Okay. So let's say you have a Lucky 7 driver. It's level 7, level 90, level 1190, and then you have a Coinbox driver at level 6, single slapped, 980. Which one are you using?
Probably Lucky 7 driver, but I was more thinking not at that level. It's more like if I always had Mario Hakama at 4 980 and a Lucky 7 driver at 6 980, I'd use Lucky 7.
Okay.
I like even numbers because that's where they boost the frenzy chances.
Good. Who else?
I usually just cheat and use the calculator to figure it out.
That's not cheating. That's resourceful. That's resourceful.
using your resources wisely.
Yeah, because you can calculate how many actions you'd have to make up.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna have fewer actions with a non-Coinbox driver, how many actions do you have to have in order to be able to make up for the level and base points difference?
Yeah, highly recommend the Frenzy Fans calculator. Tim Torch also asks, is anyone using other resources like the Mario Kart Tour hub or the Mario Kart Tour toolbox on top of the sheets? I know, Tyler, you're a big Reddit guy. What other resources have you seen out there?
There's this app that's you can't download it on the Play Store. It's unofficial. It's called MKT Collection or something. It's a Spanish-made app, and they have it translated into English. And they just added base points and level stuff now. But before they didn't have that, it's just it's hard to explain it, but it's kind of a dumbed down version of the what is it? The Bam and Gerb. It's kind of a dumbed down version of that, but it tells you if you have level of something, it says how many more tracks you'll get if you level it up, which is really it's a cool feature. Like it says you'll get like 8 to 10 tracks if you take it from 5 to 6, or like 8 to 15 tracks if you take an item from like 4 to 6 or whatever. That's a pretty cool feature that it has. So that's the only other thing I use that is not very common. But yeah.
All right, yeah. If you send me the link, I'll put it in the description in case someone wants to check it out.
Yeah.
Sure. Cool. Anyone else using anything that we haven't heard of before? I know, FrenZgrind, you use something. Don't you use some app?
Yeah, I use the Mario Kart playbook.
Tell us a little bit about that.
I know Stanler uses it. I know there's a couple other people in the community who use it. It's not really that much different than the spreadsheet. The only thing it really is different is that it doesn't tell you your percentage of how high you are on a certain cup or how high you are in a certain ACR, like 90%, 95%. You actually have to add that up yourself, which is a little bit more of the long game. But it tells you what, each cup you should be getting on a certain track, a certain cup, certain for the whole ACR, what your levels, your loadouts. It's the same thing. You enter your drivers, carts, gliders. Same. It's all the same. It's all mobile. It's all on your phone. You can access it that easy. I don't know. I'm a little skeptical on it a little bit. Sometimes it gives me high scores that I look at it. I'm like, how am I going to get 250 actions on this track? And then I do the ACR bot on the Discord, and it's like, it says 185. But then I'll go on the ACR bot, and it'll say 200 actions, but my bot will say 240. It's like, some tracks are higher, some tracks are lower. Yeah, I mean, it's all irrelevant, but that's what I use, and it seems to work well. So I might try the spreadsheet eventually, but right now this is what works for me. So
sorry everyone, but I'm too tired and I have to go now.
All right, Zooms. We'll see you later.
Yeah, thanks for being out.
Yeah, thanks for calling.
Do you want to just briefly, if you were to talk to a new player, what recommendations would you have for them?
Wait for 3rd anniversary if they joined right now.
All right, there you go. Appreciate that, Zooms. Yeah, good night, man. We'll chat later, but we'll see you around. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Good night. Good. Yeah, we are kind of wrapping up the last, 20, 30 minutes of the episode. But we got a lot of good questions here. E. Deedle has some good questions. Ronnie Cash, a couple others from Tim Torch, even one from Puffy. In fact, I kind of like Puffy's questions. Good way to kind of end on a really happy note. Puffy asks, what was one of your favorite Mario Kart Tour memories?
Pulling for Mario Hakama. It was like way back in the day where we didn't know anything about the game. And I remember we got him, I think we recorded it. We were both just like screaming at the top of our lungs. Like it was the best thing in the world. It was like Christmas for kids. It was great.
Your guys' reaction was amazing.
I gotta go with the Jungle Tour when Funky Kong came out. It was I think it was May 20th, 2020. What year is this? 2020 maybe? It was my daughter's birthday, May 23rd, and she really wanted Funky Kong. And this is really before I actually bought packs, to be honest. I had 45 rubies. I'm like, listen, we'll take a shot. We'll see what happens. I did a 10 pull, and I literally got him on the first 10 pull on her birthday.
Wow.
I was so excited. And I was like, don't get excited because this ain't never going to happen again. So
yeah, you're now using Funky all the time, right?
Absolutely not. I'm not a guy who knows how to use banana barrels. I love giant bananas and old bananas, but I don't know how to use that. So I don't use them. But she loved it. It was exciting awesome for her. It's one of those lucky days where you're just so excited, like, oh, I got a break for once, finally. It made her excited. Whatever, all good.
Yeah, if you could have picked any pipe pull for the luck to be there, that's the one, right?
It was her birthday, so
that's awesome.
Maybe a little extra special for her. I didn't care as much. You know, Funky was new. He was a new original character. I was excited too. I'm not gonna lie, but she was the one like, let's do it, and I was like, all right, we'll take a shot. And we got lucky. So it's just one of those memories where I have in the back of my head where I just remember with this game. So
yeah, I think for Hero, I think it's gonna be next tour. Like that's gonna be his most memorable moment in the future.
Yeah, that
I'm sure. Yeah.
definitely my best moment ever.
Well, you know, Hero's going 1 of 100, so
Oh yeah, it's gonna be at the bottom for you.
absolutely.
Well, prior to next tour, which has not happened yet, what has been your favorite moment up until this point, Hero?
I mean, favorite memory. I mean, okay. Well, I mean, I can't say next tour because it hasn't happened yet, but I will put that number 1. But for number 2, I would say it was what was it? It was getting Mama Peach Vacation in that special pipe. I think it was the throwback driver pipe. And I didn't have her, and I really, really wanted her because she was Coinbox at that time. So I think and it wasn't, keep in mind, it was a non-spotlight. I think it was like 300, and I got her. And so I was so relieved when I did that. And I think the worst memory, I think it was during the Bowser versus DK tour when they didn't introduce any drivers, literally nothing. That was when I wanted to quit the game. So at that time, but look where I am now.
Hey man, yeah, you definitely did not quit. We're glad you didn't.
And Hero neglects to mention his first top 25, which probably should have been on his top list.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
So congratulations to him. He deserves it. He worked hard.
I completely forgot about that, man. I'm being honest.
It's a big deal. It really is a big deal, and he worked hard.
I don't remember what's today is. I don't know if it's Friday or if it's Saturday. So
we talk on voice chat, me and Hero, and I know how hard he worked. So you give yourself a little credit for that. It's not easy.
it isn't. No.
A lot of grinding.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's hard. Top 25 is not that much lower than that.
One day I'll go for top 10. We'll see.
You're a better guy than me. I'm not going for that.
Level up all your Miis if you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Not with no gold Mii suit. I'm out.
Yeah, you know, it's I mean, all cup ranking, it's really tough, man, because there's just top 10 and top 100. I really wish they would open it up. If they offered a top 25 badge or top 50 badge, again, it's just a badge. It's just a silly little badge, but like it would be really fun to have like some additional challenges. Like that would actually be a lot of fun. I mean, right now
Top
like
5,000 would be great.
Sure, top 5,000.
Top 500.
Top like participation trophy. No, I mean, honestly,
You played, you get a trophy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for top 10, you just have to have like 10 people in the world that made a decision to grind for top. Like it's just, I don't know. It's such a very you know, you're relying on just 10 people in this whole world. Like there's so many people that play this game. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of doing like a soft, fun, respectable push. I'm just I don't know. I think I'll get to 1.8 million, which is the highest I ever got to this tour. It's a city tour, and Petey Piranha is coming next tour. So who knows? Maybe there's not enough people that are excited about this tour. They want to save their tickets for next tour. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I think the projections like 1.88 will be top 10. I definitely won't get to that, but we'll see what happens. I'm really enjoying this tie-dye daisy. This is a lot of fun, but I think one of the more memorable moments, but also probably one of the most devastating. It was just a learning experience. Was when I finished number 11 back last May, and it was, you know, for me it was like a proud moment, but it also was kind of sad because I knew I was just so close to. I think I was like 5,000 or 6,000 away from top 10. But you never know. You just put your top, you know, put your best effort. I will say that was before the all cup ranking spreadsheet from dxr.exe. Amazing. If I had that spreadsheet, there's no doubt I would have been top 10. There's no doubt about that. I learned a lot even on the last day of the tour, just in like how I spent my time. I focused too much on tracks, trying to get above 200 action counts and not really doing the math. And, you know, there is a point of diminishing return right there at 200 action counts. So really important there. So Tim Torch asked another question. Actually, no, let's go to, Yeah, Ronnie Cash asked a good question. If you achieved top 80 and got the gold Mii Suit, that's great. What are the goals, though? Do you have? What other people have in Mario Kart Tour? What keeps you motivated?
Good question.
That's why Ronnie asked it. It's a
I think for
one.
me, okay. For me, it's just a little love of the game. Like, I love playing it. I love discussing it, having strategies with it. Like, I really enjoy, I'm not amongst the wells here where I'm always going for ACR, but I think what keeps me motivated is the weekly ranked challenges, just working on that, but then also knowing that like you can take some time off and come back to it. I just like that aspect of the game, but I play completely differently than a lot of people. So
yeah, I like to go for the like top 100 ACR badges of like the characters that I like. And so I feel like, yeah. And so, or, you know, so Chemic was my first one that I ended up getting. So, you know, like one of the baddies, I guess. And so I think I've been in a little bit of a lull lately because like all these city tours and just
moving life
has been happening.
That life thing.
But yeah, so I don't know. I think I'm really just kind of waiting for, you know, some new Bowser. I don't know if Petey Piranha's gonna do it enough for me if I'm gonna like invest a lot of tickets and try and go for top 100. We'll kind of have to see what next week is like, where we're at and what's going on. But yeah, it's like Alex Young, he got the gold Mii Suit like 2 or 3 tours ago, and he DM'd me. He's like, so now that we've gotten to the top of the mountain, now what? Because it's true. Like I remember, you know, tier 75 through 80, like super stressful. I was investing a lot. Like I really wanted to get this, you know, achieve this thing. And then I did it. And now it's still at level 1 and nothing. And so I don't know. It's just, I think like with a lot of things in life, things ebb and flow. And I think right now we're just in a really big ebb.
Yeah.
So.
I think the other thing too is he has a habit, which I as well, but he has a habit of hoarding tickets and then waiting for a character, like you kind of said, to come out and then going all in. So like right now he has 36 high-end tickets of kart drivers and gliders.
Wow.
So I'm sure he's just gonna sit on them for like something that he loves and then just go all in and get it.
Wow.
That's a lot. Wow. I could never do that.
I will say that guy that's right between you two, Mr. Sammy D. I'm glad you put him on the TV there. His re-air of the grind. He put a little spa day on little gold Mii Suit this afternoon, morning, whatever it was. I think it was this afternoon here in the on the East Coast. Might have been morning there where you're at, but yeah, he put a spa day on the gold Mii Suit. He was in the same mentality where he's like, I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till I'm forced. And he finally pulled the trigger. So, but I mean, you have the tickets. Now isn't the right time though, so I get that too. Yeah, but
I just hate that the last 6 buffs that gold Mii Suit has gotten are city tour or city tracks.
Yeah,
like, and then 3 before
ranked city tracks. By the way, I'll add.
Correct. Yes. So you get a little bit of value out of the ranked, but like one of his tracks is Amsterdam RT. When
what's going to happen next
that was available in tier 78 when tier 78 was the highest that you could get. And then even with the Metropolitan Tour, that track didn't come back. Like there
in ranked, yeah.
I don't know why they buffed that. That was such a weird buff. Like they didn't it wasn't even an ACR. It was like they didn't bring it back at all. I don't know what that buff was.
Yeah, like I don't understand. And it's just it's not enticing to me. I'm not into this week's ranked. I'm probably going to get 6th or 7th and be perfectly fine with it.
I think this is the hard part, right? Like everything that we do in this game, because it's the basis of the game, is everything's a gamble, right? So if you're not a whale and you're not just having the idea of like, hey, everything I'm going to get, and like Studfit, your mentality is awesome, which, hey, I'm going to get a Coinboxer's level 8, all other ones level set, all other special skills level 7. I don't have that type of commitment to the game as far as like resources go. And so because of that, a lot of what I do, and I think what you do to an extent, is week by week, you're making these decisions and you're making calculations and you're waiting to see how the cards fall. And so in his case, he was waiting for the week that the Gold Mii Suit gave him, like he's been begging for the opportunity, like, let me invest in him. And the 1 week it's available, his first place rank has like
153,000. And so even if I were to take it, I don't think I could break 150 without investing a bunch in other stuff that, like, this just isn't the tour for me to drop, like, of my 100 tickets to drop 55 of them into.
Because like, going back to your original question, what drives you? The Gold Mii Suit isn't driving him. So I think really for you, it's the...
So if this were a Bowser tour though, and there were a Bowser badge,
for sure,
absolutely no question whatsoever, that Mii Suit is immediately 8 and 1,600 base points.
Yeah.
Because I need it for ACR. But for Daisy Holiday or Daisy tie dress,
Daisy
doesn't do it for me. Like I'm not gonna do it. So
it's such a gamble.
Yeah. Well, there's been, in my opinion, there's been no safer gamble than the Gold Mii Suit for me. But I understand what you're saying. I think for you, it's like if I was rolling with a level 1 cart and a level 1 glider, it wouldn't motivate me to want to invest across the board. So I get that. That makes complete sense. You know, I think in this game, I'll be honest with you. So I always heard people saying like, oh, this game is, last year specifically, it got kind of boring and I just quit. And I remember thinking, Abdallah, you remember he was one of the top streamers of the game. He quit during the Ninja Tour. And, Go Shiny, he quit during the anniversary. These were like the 2 pinnacle events of the entire year. So I don't think that like this game, I just think people would just like, they either get burnt out or they don't, regardless of how amazing the game is. Because right now, I'll be honest with you, this game is blowing it out the water compared to last year. Like they have literally done everything possible, pulled out every trick, and literally kept us on our toes. They've done everything in their power to keep us motivated. But at the end of the day, there's still like for you, Frenzy guy, a longing. You're still wanting a Bowser. You're still wanting, and everyone has our own Bowser. Everyone has our Funky Kong. Everyone has like these ties, and I think Nintendo, they're trying to make everyone happy, and I don't think they can. I think what I'm walking away from this conversation is that like, not everyone's going to be happy. Some of us are going to use Gold Mii Suits. Some of us are going to use question mark block blue suits. Some of us are not going to use Mii Suits at all. So I love that part of the game. I think that's actually the new part I'm loving about this game, is that so many different people are playing this game completely differently, and I think it's beautiful.
So, Stud, I got to take your job role for just a second, if you don't mind.
Go for it. I do it better than me.
So I got a question coming in from Jeeves.
Jeeves!
Shout out to Jeeves.
He's asking,
Yard sale Jeeves.
He's asking me to pass a question along. You guys noticed there hasn't been any new hop rod skins. Why are the hop rods dormant? Is it because they're ugly?
Frenzy Fangirl. What do you think?
Didn't rank this week. I don't know what he's talking about.
I think Nintendo is just going to pull one over on you, Jeeves, and they're going to have a hop rod tour, and everything's going to be hop rod.
Every color.
Just shove it in your face.
Yeah, there's 2 hop rods in the trailer.
Got hop rods. You can't avoid them, man.
Just kidding, Jeeves. I love you.
Jeeves believes that the hop rod is the ugliest cart. But meanwhile, Frenzy Fans Gal and myself believe it is easily a top 5 aesthetically pleasing cart.
Especially the dark hop rod. Like, I think the dark hop rod's in a different game than like the Jade. The Jade's cool, but like the dark hop rod's just like a whole different ball game.
No, I mean, I love the Sakura hop rod just because I love pink, but I still probably am with you. I think I have to put the dark one as the best looking. I agree with you.
I think the pink has the most value, though.
I agree with you 100%. And we'll see what happens next week.
Pink one is the most valuable.
I need that one higher too.
Oh yeah, and mine's at 8,700. So it's 100. It's been in ranked every single tour. Again, the only thing was just I wish it was just so slightly bigger. But man, absolutely beautiful looking. I still think the dark hot rod's a little cooler looking just because it's like all blacked out, and
With the
got
purple.
the neon.
Yeah, the flames. Yeah,
it's so cool. All right, guys. Well, we are now at our 2-hour mark, and we got about 8 to 10 minutes here to wrap up. And so I'd love for every episode we like to. Can you believe it's been 2 hours, guys? How crazy is that?
1 more hour left. Come on.
Why are we on a time constraint?
Hero wants. I mean, if you want to talk about Petey a little longer, we can extend it.
What's
It's all
We'll
you,
take
Hero.
this.
Hero, you want to say anything else about Petey?
Nothing. I'm just, I just can't wait for Wednesday. I can't wait to pull for him, and I hope this is a step in the right direction for brand new original characters to come. Such as Honey Queen and Wiggler. So
we need Wiggler next, definitely.
And honestly, if level 8 didn't exist, I would have gone for top 10 next tour because I would have saved a bunch of tickets, because I didn't have to worry about level 8. So, oh well, maybe next time.
That would be nice. I will say, I remember you were making some really strong top 100 runs right before level 8 came out. And I do think like right now it's not too actually. I'm kind of doing the same thing I was doing before when I was easily getting top 50. But now, because it's so much harder for other people to keep up, I'm getting top 20, and I think like that slows down throughout the year. So as the year will go on, all these players will catch up, and I think I'm like my average driver for all cup ranking. Well, I can look at it. My average driver for all cup ranking is 7.6 for kart, 7.5, and for glider 7.8. So right now, like that's much higher, especially for a city tour, than the average player. But going into and it'll probably get to like averaging like real close to 8 almost across the board. Probably in September. But then the rest of the community will catch up. So like.
But then what happens, right?
What's that?
Don't.
But then
say
what
that.
happens, right?
No,
Okay.
don't. No.
I mean,
No.
you
No.
texted it, but
No.
that's the.
No.
It's your fault, Studfit.
No.
It's your fault. Because in the whales, the people with the money driving the game get to a point where everything's maxed out. And Nintendo's going to be like, let's open up the faucet.
Yeah. No, I mean, there is that thing that Nintendo can always do. But I will say that, all cup ranking for top 100 is much easier right now for me. But it will become harder once everyone who is not a whale catches up. And so for your perspective, Hero, like, going for that top 10, in November, December is actually extremely plausible because you are a good driver, and you, with the right loadouts, you can easily get top 10. So it is in your future. I know it is just a matter of time. You just got to wait to get to level 8, or just save up your tickets and get it a little earlier than you would be. But you're a phenomenal driver, and it's just a matter of time. I 100% agree. I 100% believe that.
Yeah, appreciate it. I need to have everything at level 8 for that to happen. So we'll see.
All right, so this is, as we're wrapping up, just one piece of advice that you would give to a newer player, maybe a player who's started playing in the last 6 months. Hero, what would you like to kick us off here? What recommendation or advice would you give to a newer player?
So yeah, I'm pretty much going to echo what I've always say in the past. Just, have fun with the game. Try not to take it too seriously, because at the end of the day, it's just a game. It's really all up to you if you want to become a free-to-play Gold Pass or Gold Pass Plus and whale. So yeah, just have fun and enjoy the tracks, because this year has gone off to an incredible start with brand new retro tracks and new cities. It's like they're really cranking it up to the max. It looks like. I don't know if we can catch it up. So yeah, so just have fun, and if you like any favorite characters, then go for it. Save your tickets as much as you can, and yeah, that's it.
I like it. Tyler, thanks for joining us, man. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
I know we've been trying to get it for a while. I'm glad this worked out.
Mm-hmm.
So tell those at home, those newer players, what recommendations would you have for them?
I would say just like wait. Don't spend your tickets. Don't spend your rubies right off the bat. Just wait. Take time. Like when I first started playing the game, I would just pull whatever I wanted. Like I didn't think about the future. If I was actually going to use the item that I'm pulling, I just would pull because I liked the item, what it looked like, and then I would have no rubies for a new Coinboxer, and I would have FOMO for missing out on it. Like I didn't get Tuxedo Mario when he came out because I didn't have rubies for him. So and then I was screwed over for that. So I would just say don't like pull everything. Like plan it out. Don't just wait. You have time to wait. You have 2 weeks to wait in a tour. Don't pull immediately. No, just use strategy. Basically, is what I'm saying. Don't jump the gun at everything. Basically, because I did that and I suffered a little bit from that. So
he is pretty cute though, isn't he? I know Frenzy fans and I have had a unique relationship with Tuxie, but I love him. He was adorable. Yeah, no, it's a good point. One thing that always helped me was thinking like, you know, if next tour they had a pipe with this and just think about, you know, a pipe in your mind, would I still be pulling on this? And I know for myself, I pull on a lot of different pipes. Mainly, honestly, I'm just pulling for coins. I've literally pulled on almost every pipe this year just because I've been trying to get coins, and it's hard just to keep up with the coins as a whale. So I don't know how you guys do. I mean, I'm buying. I'm gonna probably have to if I want to tone things down, I'm gonna have to stop buying tier shop tickets. Like that's the only way because I don't know. I'm just running out of coins. It's very, very difficult to not keep pulling just for the coins. But I do think you do have to think about things ahead of time. Like if you know, in a vacuum, if I had this pipe next tour, would I be still pulling on or something to that extent? That will help you. But yeah, it's really tough to say. But kudos to you, Frenzy Fans Guy, for saving up that many tickets, man. That's
incredible.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
That's like next level saving. Good for you.
Stanler is my sensei.
Yeah.
I saw how many tickets he had when he did his top 10. I was like,
Well, I gotta say, you'll be amazed if you don't do ACR how many tickets you could save. So
yeah, that is true. I mean, the reason I play the game is to see how high I can get in the All Cup ranking. And to me, I've actually kind of go into our question earlier about what motivates you. I've really enjoyed, I think it was about a month ago, my wife and I went on like a little trip. And so I knew week 2, I was not going to play the game at all. So I did my little 3-day All Cup ranking run during the first week. And I heard, you know, I think I was like number 1 on like the All Cup ranking sheet. People were reaching out like, dude, are you going for top? Like, you tell us, man. And I was like, no, I'm literally not playing the game the second week. And honestly, it got enough attention. I kind of like doing it. So I've been doing it the last couple tours, and that's like my new little found joy. But the thing is like I'm putting tickets into things every single tour, especially really early, in order for me to be able to do that. And I don't think it's sustainable. It's just it's not gonna end well. I know that right now. So I'm gonna have to stop it eventually. But I remember Roygo was doing it for like years. Just would always be in the top 10 like early in the tour. And I always had a lot of respect for that. So I don't know. I'm enjoying that right now. But yeah, the putting tickets for All Cup ranking every single tour is not sustainable. So we'll see how that goes. I know. So it looks like Tyler just dropped off FrenZgrind. What recommendation would you have for a new player?
I'm gonna go with so I would say if your heart is set on upgrading a driver card or glider, due to maybe coverage or maybe even the love of the item, don't think twice or listen to people who try to steer you in a different direction. Just do what makes you happy. I mean, I came across a situation earlier today, and I thought let's just encourage the move and not try to make this individual second guess themselves. I mean, I'm not going to name the person, the people involved, or the
Was it Jeeves
or anything. I'm not going to go there. I'm not calling anybody out. I saw it and I just felt like, just let this person enjoy themselves. Let them level up what they want to level up. They're excited about it. You know, they feel like it's the best move for their account. Why are you going to try to give them separate options? Just let them do their thing. Like I found it a little odd to me. I was just like, it's got nothing to do with you. Just let them have fun. They know their account. They know what makes their account better. They know what makes themselves happy. Just let them do it. I get you're trying to help, but to me, I just was like, it's what makes you happy. It's what makes their account better. So let them do it. Don't try to steer them off the bridge. So for me, it just let's encourage each other and let's just not try to steer them off the bridge.
I like it, man. You know what's interesting? We do the top 10, and that's always like a good, helpful, guardrail to help people understand, like, how is this doing in the meta? It's for newer players, it's a good, safe, jumping into a moving train. What's going on? What's good to invest in? But like I never want someone to take it too seriously. Like they only can invest in those, or like those are the only thing that's best for them. I will say the one investment that I like will always stick out in my mind. Crazy, Crazi, the player, took his King Boo Luigi mansion, arguably one of the worst actual drivers in the game, level 8, 1400,
Yeah, it's coming.
as high as it could possibly go. And you know what? It's one of the investments I will never forget, because it just shows you, like, if you really love this guy like crazy, he knew he was not, like, in the meta a very great driver, but he wanted to do that. He probably uses it once a year, but like that's his thing, and like he's known for it. Like I will never forget Crazy for that crazy move. But it's like that's the move he wants to do. That's what brings him passion, brings him love.
I'm not calling anybody out, but this person's move was really good. And other people were trying to just steer him in a different direction. I was like, why? Just let him do it. Like, just be positive. Just be happy for him.
That's unfortunate. But yeah, I hope that any of the communities that I participate in doesn't find joy in that, because I've always been an advocate for find your pillars, find the 3, 4, 5 items that you really like, maybe 2 drivers, maybe 2 karts, 2 gliders that don't fit the meta, but you absolutely love them, and invest in those. You'll be able to fill the gaps. You can fill the gaps around those that you love, but just find those that you love, and because every time it pops up, you'll be so glad that you played it. And again, it's kind of like the anti boomboxing everything, like Tyler was mentioning. It's like find what you love about the game, and just enjoy that and fill everything around. And honestly, every time that thing pops up, you will have a smile on your face. I guarantee it. Good, guys. Frenzy fans, why don't you give your piece of advice and then give your famous farewell.
So I think I'll echo a little bit of what Studfit said. There's a principle called like the 80-20 rule. And it's basically that like 80% of all outcomes are derived from like 20% of the causes. So in other terms, like don't overcomplicate it, because 20% of like effort that goes in is going to get you 80% of the results. And if you're constantly trying to push for like 100% effort, you have like diminishing returns in the end. So point being, if you're just starting out, I would personally focus on rank cup. Rank is going to give you the best, like trying to place high in ranked is going to give you the most bang for your buck in investments. So make all decisions based off of what's going to get you first in ranked, or top 3, preferably.
Mm-hmm. Solid.
I think my piece of advice would just be to not be shy, and to reach out. If you're not involved in any of the Discord communities, I would say check out Sammy's Discord, check out Studfit's Discord, Frenzy Fans Discord, Shy Guy Kart Discord. There's a bunch of Mario Kart Discords out there that have a bunch of people that are totally willing to and eager to talk about Mario Kart Tour, and talk about strategy, talk about what the fun things are, share your pipe polls and what you got in your daily selects and token pipes and all that stuff. I think it adds another level to the game, and there might be some people that are new to the game that are watching videos like this where we've been playing for 2.5, 3 years. That doesn't matter. Like, just because we've been playing for a long time doesn't mean that we're the only ones that can be on videos or be in the Discord. It might be intimidating at first, but I think I would just recommend to just give it a try and see. There are going to be a bunch of people that you're going to meet that are going to become your good friends, and that you might end up meeting for lunch in some random Arkansas town. I don't know if you guys saw or not, but we ended up meeting up with Firestorm because right now he's living in Arkansas, like Fayetteville or something.
Yeah.
And we were passing through and he's like, dude, I'm like 30 minutes away from you.
I think it was more like an hour. I think
Yeah.
he drove a long ways to see
Oh
us.
yeah, it was, yeah. But it was relatively close for how, you know, how far we usually are. But I mean, and Studfit, you've met with Firestorm for dinner.
Yep.
I mean, it's just amazing how like this little game, if you put, you know, invest a little bit more time into the community, I think you'll be surprised at how many fun people that you'll be able to meet and
Can I add to that?
the friendships that you can create. Yeah.
I just want to add one thing because we have our own Discord server, and I actually hear this a lot. Like when we're in voice chat and stuff, people will kind of jump in or they'll message us and say, hey, I've been quiet for a long time and I haven't said much because I've been waiting for a moment that like warranted me to speak up. I'd say just speak up from the beginning. Like if you guys, if that fits your personality type, like speak up from the beginning because we all want to hear from you. And there's nothing like, I mean, I have been playing the game for a long time. I have my own YouTube channel with him, and I still come on Cart Talk and say the silliest, most obnoxious things that are like just obvious to the rest of the world. And if I were like, hey, I'm not going to say anything till I understand everything about this game, nobody would know who I am because I will never know.
Yeah, don't be shy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my take on life.
I love it.
And listen, shout out to Frenzy fans because these guys are on the road. I don't even know what the hell car they're driving from state to state at this point, but they still find time to devote to the community and do their pipe hole videos and everything. So give these guys a lot of credit because they're a pillar to the community and we all should give them a huge thank you. Obviously, Studfit, you're the Mecca, but these guys in the middle of moving, I mean, give them a lot of credit. So thank you.
And give them nothing else, give them a follow. You can find them at Frenzy Fans. We have a link in the description. Definitely subscribe to what they have. They have anyone can access their Discord, so feel free to join that. I know I have a members only, so it's a little bit different. I can't advertise it, but if you are looking for a community, that would be one I would point you towards. There's a lot of great people there, so definitely check out Frenzy Fans Discord server. Or, you know, again, you may not know what a Discord is. We're talking about it's a server. It's really hard maybe at first to get used to, but I tell you what, once you're in there, you'll find some friends, and honestly, that brings a whole different level. I think honestly, this game would not be what it is if it wasn't for the little tiny little communities and nooks and crannies that we found here. But absolutely highly couldn't have said it better. So thank you, Frenzy Fans, for making that point and hammer it home. You want to send us off?
Sure, yeah. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. And until the next episode, may the frenzies be forever in your favor.
See you guys later.
See ya.
Guys.